Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Hastings. Good morning, Now Then. I've had a cocktail there. Good morning, Nimrod. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Jiffy Lube's Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
We have all of your needs.
That's right. Oil change.
Check.
Tire rotation.
Maybe. Don't know what else they do there.
When I first moved here in 97, I've been here now 25 years. And when I moved here, I still don't know anything about cars. That microphone knows more about cars than I do. I had a candy red 1994 Dodge Neon.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's a quality automobile.
They still even make those?
No.
Okay.
They used to make them in a factory in Rockford, Illinois. But anyway, so I had this a turd on wheels, and I knew nobody here. Mm-hmm. When I moved here, I really didn't know a soul. A professor told me to move here. I woke up one morning, and I woke up and I turned on the television, and there was a Minnesota tourism commercial, and I said, you know what?
It's a sign.
I'm gonna move to Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. A true story. Anyway, within the first year, my car broke down, and I took it to an oil place, and they changed my oil, and they forgot to put the cap back on.
Uh-oh.
And all my oil went out, and I'm dumb, so I didn't know that it was ruining my engine. Mm-hmm. So then my engine was just completely ruined, and I broke down on 94 right off of Broadway.
Oh, no.
And I'm alone. I don't know anyone. This is before cell phones, and I just started crying, and I called my mom when I finally walked home, and I'm like, if this is a precursor for what my life is going to be like in Minnesota, I think I should probably return to Indiana. But no, I had to get a whole new engine, mm-hmm. and I could barely put two ends together. I worked 3 jobs. Hey, some things never change. But I worked Caribou Coffee. Mm-hmm. I worked Red Lobster, mm-hmm. and I worked at WCCO overnights from midnight to 8 a.m. putting my dues in, paying my dues. Anyway, still couldn't barely make rent. And my mom had to loan me the money to fix my engine. And the guy looked at me, and he's smoking. And it was some car place on Brooklyn Center. I'll never forget that. And he looks at me, and he's a big barrel-chested guy. He did the stereotypical, he had dirty hands, and he wiped it on his shirt to shake my hand. He goes, "How did you not know your oil was out?" And I said, I don't know, I'm dumb.
Well, if they didn't put the cap on, that's not your fault.
I know, but I should have heard the noises coming out of my Dodge Neon. Uh-huh. Didn't register. And I started crying, and because he felt bad for me, he knocked off like $300. But I'll never forget that. The kindness of strangers. So I still couldn't afford it, but anyway. Hey, I wanted to give you an update. You guys have been so nice to ask about my boy, my fur kid, Dexter, my boxer. There's the Boobs. Boobs had cancer surgery about 10 days ago at the University of Minnesota. We got the test results of the tumors. He had 5. And good news, they're either benign or one was an easy to deal with level 2. So that means my boy will be around for a while. But listen to this. Now, keep this brief. We got a good hot dish today. Here's a public service announcement. Boobs, the day before surgery, either hit a tree, like ran into a tree, or Mr. Big scratched him. He has a ruptured cornea, okay?
Can't catch a break.
He can't catch a break, and now the eye is driving him more crazy. He couldn't care less about the Frankenstein stitches, but the poor dog is like this. He looks like a pirate. Anyway, and it's driving him nuts. There are only 4 doggy ophthalmologists in this state. And there are really none in, I believe, South Dakota. So people from the Dakotas have to come here. My point being is, Do not wait. If you have a doggy eye issue and you're procrastinating, Bill, we'll just call him tomorrow. No, because we couldn't get, Colin had to call all four ophthalmologists. The earliest appointment we could get was, luckily, they squeezed Dexter in for Thursday. One was booked out till July.
What?
Yeah. And
gosh.
And all kidding aside, it's really painful. Like, I feel I can't even look at Dex because it breaks my heart because it's so painful for him. So don't put stuff off. Get those appointments in. And did you know that there are only 4 dog eye doctors?
I never even thought about the profession of a dog eye doctor. But obviously, you need one, but I just was like, oh, a vet.
Obviously they're needed. I think I'm going to quit this thing and become a doggy eye doctor.
We should go to school.
No, we have to go to school for it? No, then forget it. Let's get started. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go, everybody. It's been a while since we've seen Julia Roberts. She's back in the spotlight because, she showed up on Colbert last night because she's in the new Starz series, Gaslight, which, if you don't know, tells the story of Watergate through a particular lens. And she talked about her character. Look at this.
And Martha Mitchell was married to the Attorney General for Richard Nixon, John Mitchell. And they were this sort of outrageous, well, she was outrageous side of the couple. And she was a woman who, in that time, in the position that she held, which was the position of wife, she should have been glamorous and quiet. And she was glamorous and loud. She spoke out.
Not a shrinking violet.
She spoke out against the Vietnam War, all these things that were really unexpected, and she became wildly popular. She was on the cover of Time magazine and Life magazine, and was really a pioneer of women speaking their mind at a time and in a position where she wouldn't have.
There's only a fried chicken bucket number of movie stars left. You can fill a chicken bucket of Colonel Chicken with we don't really have, they don't make movie stars anymore because everybody's on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's a movie star. The whole interview, that's what I kept thinking. That's a movie star.
Oh, and the clapping. I mean, people went cuckoo bananas, as you would if you see Julia Roberts in real life. You'd be like, oh my God.
It was like a 30-second clap for her.
Yeah.
Because she's a movie star, and we don't have them anymore. Gaslit debuts on Starz on Sunday. So her co-star is Sean Penn. And if you didn't know this, the two have been friends, I forgot, but for a long time, like even pre-Mystic Pizza. Sean, though, has a particular obsession with Julia. Look at this.
My God.
This is him honoring you and describing a very specific fantasy he has about you.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's safe for work, but it's still strange. Jim?
In the words of William Saroyan, she is that which shines and is beyond corruption. One of a select group of actresses who can make on-screen eating sexy. I could watch her eat for hours on end, even if the food got stuck in her teeth. Eating in 3D, she's eating corn on the cob. And then something gets stuck here. And you could take your virtual toothpick and say, I got that, babe. And just say, so, personal fantasy.
I guess she's a good eater on film, I guess.
I mean, eat, pray, love.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
And, maybe we need to hire her here at Fox 9 because, our boss,
Yeah.
Queen Mim II, she hates to watch anyone eat on camera.
Or we could just watch Julia Roberts and then try to imitate it.
And learn something from her.
Yeah.
Maybe then Queen Mim II will allow us to eat on camera.
Look into it.
Next on the dish, if a cat has 9 lives, then CBS's The Talk must have 13. Yesterday, CBS announced The Talk would come back for season 13. The panel has had ups and downs and sideways and have been totally transformed since the days of Julie Chen, Sharon Osbourne, and Sarah Gilbert. Natalie Morales, if you didn't know, is now the moderator. Cheryl Underwood's still there, Amanda Klutz, and Jerry O'Connell, and Akbar from American Ninja Warrior is there. I gotta tell you, I had no idea. And I would have laid money. I'm not throwing shade. I love Cheryl Underwood, and Jerry O'Connell and I. Stand By Me is one of my favorite movies. He's of my generation. Da 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 da. Bada bing, bada boom. I would have laid $100 down right now in Vegas that CBS would have put it down.
I honestly thought that too, but I had no idea Nana Morales had left NBC and was going there. They pulled in Akbar out of nowhere. I think this actually could work. It's totally different than what they used to do. I mean, men won, but.
Kendall, I applaud your positivity.
Thank you.
And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Next in the dish, Days of Our Live fans have good news this morning. See positivity, Kendall. That's what people come here for.
Yes.
Kinda. 5 more episodes of the Day spinoff, Beyond Salem, will be coming to Peacock this summer. And the new episodes will feature the return of super couple Bo and Hope, played by the original stars Peter Reckel and Christian Alfonso. The first season of the spinoff debuted last fall and featured Lisa Rinna reprising her role as Billy, and an Emmy Award-winning performance by Jackie. And I'm totally kidding about that last part. Jackie was horrible. But anyway, Jackie, you know Jackie Harry? Do you know who Jackie is?
Sorry.
Okay, you would if you saw her, you would immediately know.
Oh, okay.
She rose to fame in the 80s in 227, and then for your generation, she would have been on Sister Sister.
That's what Ted just said, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but
I
she,
didn't
for
know
me, she was Sandra. No, was that her name? No, she was Sandra in 227.
She was Sandra.
227 still has one of the best theme songs ever. Just saying. We have a lot more to come. Stay right there. Go get us some more coffee. Meet us back here in 2 minutes. Coming up next, the Hammer is back. Your first look at the new Thor movie. And the new Thor? Then, Sarah Rogers from the Mall of America is back with a showcase of small businesses who are making a big difference. And what are the #1 rom-coms of all time?
You complete me.
A new list is out. We'll see if we agree with it. That and more when we come back. Welcome back to the circus. Kaylee Kiyoko was on Kimmel last night, and she talked about the time she was on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and that is today's Late Night Rewind.
And the next day I was working with Larry, and I was so nervous. Still no script. And I get there, and I'm in this optometrist office, and I'm dressed like an optometrist, and Larry's not there yet. And I'm thinking, does Larry even know, like, did he hire me? Like, does he know am I talking in this? Like, I had no clue what was happening. So he comes in, and he introduced himself. I'm Kaylee. He goes, yes, I'm so glad you're here. And he was so nice. And they're like, okay, we're going to roll. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I looked at Larry. I'm like, Larry, I have no idea what I'm doing. And he goes, I never know what I'm doing. And I said, but I'm not an optometrist. And he goes, well, I'm not an actor. And I said, this is going great. So I said, okay. I said, so what do you want me to do? He's like, just kind of talk about eyes. And I'm like, talk about eyes? Like, what?
I mean, just do it. Kaylee, of course, her latest project is The Flight Attendant, and its second season debuts, I think it drops on the 22nd on HBO Max. Did you watch part 1
of the show?
Flight Attendant?
No, I didn't. I just finished 2 shows last night, though, so that I could watch it.
What did you finish?
I finished Bridgerton.
Okay.
And I finished Just Like That. I know, I'm really behind.
Oh,
That's why my list is so long.
Wait a minute. It's been out for a year. You just finished a section.
I'm trying to catch up. I've tried.
And just like that, Kendall watched a 1-year-old show.
It takes a while for me.
Hey, Kendall, can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
People depend on us to watch those shows quickly. Just FYI. Hashtag job requirement.
I watch other shows. It's not those ones. If it wasn't so boring, I could have watched it faster.
Jason, guess what I just started? Grey's Anatomy. I'm gonna get an email. You're so mean to Kendall.
He is so mean to me.
Oh, yeah, I'm vicious to you. More late night. Camila Cabello was on Carpool Karaoke last night. She became famous thanks to the X Factor. I always forget about that with her. And she talked about why she actually tried out.
Tell me this, when did you decide to go and audition for X Factor?
I was 15. I was like a huge One Direction fan. And I was like, The Voice, X Factor. And I was like, well, One Direction will be at X Factor. I don't know if they'll be at The Voice, so let me audition for X Factor.
That was the reason?
Literally, this is really embarrassing, and I can only say this because obviously that was like 10 years ago, but I literally was like, I'm auditioning for X Factor because I will marry Harry Styles, like I will. And yeah, I really believed that at the time.
You really believed that you were going to marry Harry Styles?
Well, I didn't think we were going to get married, but I was like, I'm going to audition for X Factor, we're going to meet, I'm going to become a singer, and we'll probably fall in love.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like marriage, but I was like, we'll probably fall in love. By the way, that's the first time I've ever confessed the real intention behind me auditioning for X Factor.
And she did it in Carpool Karaoke. I liked her in that.
I did too. And I forgot she was in Fifth Harmony. I know that sounds silly, but I always forget that she started X Factor, then Fifth Harmony, and then became the sensation that she is.
I forgot she can talk. I don't, because I only hear her sing. You know what I mean? I don't watch interviews. Well, you know what I mean? I don't watch a lot of interviews with her. So I dug her in that interview.
I thought we were supposed to watch things about celebrities so we could talk about it.
You're fired. She was also ran a Harry Styles fan Twitter account before becoming famous. That's cool.
It's cute.
It is. I like running fan accounts. I'm the treasurer of the Dallas fan club, you know.
And the Jason Show fan club.
Yeah. After they sang some of her songs, James brought a polygraph expert into the car and grilled her. Look at this.
Do you feel you're the best looking person in this car?
I hate this. I don't know why I said yes to this. No?
Okay, it picked up her lie.
You've been a guest on my show, Jimmy Fallon's show, and Ellen's show. Of the three of us, which show do you enjoy going on the most?
It's a tie. It's a tie between you and Jimmy.
It's a lie.
It's true. That is broken.
You are so awful.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's a lie, I tell you.
I think that would be fun. I think Carpool Karaoke would be fun to shoot. A long day, though. It's a long day for the performer.
I thought you meant the lie detector test. I was like, that would not be fun. That'd be horrible.
No, that'd be fun. Yeah. Next in the dish. Maybe we can trade in the Jeff Cam for a polygraph machine. Yeah. Can you get a polygraph machine for $12.50? Next in the dish, the first teaser for the new for the next Thor movie, Love and Thunder, is out, and it teases the lead character going into superhero retirement. Look at this.
I want to choose my own path. Live in the moment. My superheroing days are over. Remember what I told you? You ever feel lost? Just look into the eyes of the people that you love. Not me. What? Just listening.
Yes, Natalie Portman.
What?
Thor: Love and Thunder hits theaters July 8th. Did you see Padme Amidala's arm muscles?
Right, I was like, is that her? It's her.
It's her. That's all Natalie.
That's crazy.
That's all Princess Amidala, Queen Amidala, Princess Leia's mom.
She had so much protein. to get those pipes. You have, I mean, seriously.
Girl, she ate a lot of chicken.
A lot of chicken.
That's what kindles. So she's just Thor. And remember, it's not Lady Thor. It's not Mrs. Thor. It's not Mr. Belvedere Thor. She is now Thor. The Thor. It's just her. And I love that this is why Thor's great. Mm-hmm. This is why Marvel's great with that franchise. The comedic route for Thor is it's so brilliant.
It's so good.
And he's so good. Who knew he was a good comedic actor? The whole staring scene, that's hysterical.
I knew.
Of course you did.
Thor is my celebrity crush. Not Chris Hemsworth, Thor.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same person.
Character.
Yeah, I get it. Next in the dish. Here's a blast from television's past. Cameron Manheim was on with Andy Cohen last night, and he played a first impressions game with her, and she revealed something about Kathy Bates. Look.
Kathy Bates. Wake up, they take all my parts.
No. Is that true?
Yes.
Are you and Kathy Bates?
Yes.
You're
No.
She's your elder.
No, when I was getting out of graduate school, everyone kept saying, you remind me of a young Kathy Bates. And we were going up for everything together, and of course she got it because she's a genius.
Wow.
She also said that Dolly Parton is real. Mm-hmm. And Cameron, if you don't know, won a Primetime Emmy for her work on The Practice. Did you ever... You're a little young for The Practice. Yeah. It was on ABC.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it. I mean, I've obviously heard of the show.
And wasn't that Boston Legal, and then it turned into The Practice, right?
Practice first.
The Practice first?
And then Boston.
Oh, I got it reversed. Okay, yeah. It became Boston Legal with Shatner and James Spader.
I liked that little bit. I think that's a funny little bit that he did with her. How she said, did you watch the part where she said Nicolette Sheridan is scared of her?
No, my girlfriend is, what? I didn't see that part. What?
They showed Nicolette Sheridan, and she was supposed to say, her first thought on them, and she said, I think she's scared of me because she'll tell her what to do and where to go and things like that in different shows that they've been in together.
Did you see how excited I got about Nicolette Sheridan?
You did. It's your celebrity crush?
Well, I'm forcing Colin. I have voluntold him to watch Knots Landing with me, so I'm forcing it. I'm sorry, Jeff. Is there a problem?
What's wrong with Knots Landing?
There's nothing. It's not a slow show.
Oh.
It's a really good show.
Is that this, not spinoff, but the thing with Dallas?
Yes, you got it.
I got it?
You got it.
Trivia points 2 for me.
Anyway, yeah, yes, I'm so proud of you.
I listen when you talk.
I know, and I listen to you. It's a spinoff of Dallas. Yeah, Knots was a spinoff of Dallas. Anyway, Nicolette Sheridan was on Knots Landing. We're watching it right now. We're in season 12. And when Nicolette Sheridan's on, is Paige Mathison.
You've made Colin watch 12 seasons of an old show?
I don't know why you need to put old in front of it, but...
no longer on TV?
Hey, not my decision. Not my decision. Again, I don't know why networks aren't rebooting that show. The concept, different married couples in a cul-de-sac, it could work anyway.
Desperate Housewives?
Yeah, it was a ripoff of Even He Would.
I know, but they did already do it again.
No,
it's called Desperate Housewives.
It's different. Anyway,
Nicolette Sheridan was even on it.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, Paige Mathison was her character. And no, I didn't make Colin watch all 12 seasons. We kind of started in the middle.
Oh.
Yeah, and I just caught him up with where we were. So now we're in season 12. Then we're not going to watch season 13 because it was horrible and everybody should have been fired. And then the final season's good. They had 14 seasons, 344 episodes.
Oh.
It ended in 1993.
Just wondering.
Again, I can't tell you where Hungary is on a map, but I can tell you the entire runtime of Knots Landing.
Congratulations.
Indiana education right here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back. So good to have guests back in the studio, I gotta tell you. Well, there's a new group of businesses at the Mall of America thanks to the mall's Community Commons program. Here with some of the items you can get inside the space. Please say hello to our good friend, Sarah Rogers. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jason.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I'm so glad you're back in
It's
studio.
so good to be here with
I know.
you, too.
Sarah's one of the people that when we couldn't have guests, I'm like, oh, it's just not the same on Zoom. And anyway, First, a kudos. I love that the mall, I say this every time we do a segment like this with you, I love that the mall's doing more and more of these types of programs.
Yeah.
'Cause I was already proud to shop there and basically live there on Saturdays, but this is great. What is this program all about, Sarah?
Well, Community Commons is an area where they rotate the retailers every 6 months. And they're mostly minority-owned businesses and local businesses. And the first 3 months, they don't even have to pay rent.
Oh, really?
And at the up to the 6-month period, they pay a percentage of their sales, and then after the 6 months, they have a chance to become, one of the regular stores inside of the Mall of America if they choose to.
Full disclosure, I've been lucky enough to benefit from a program similar to this with a small business, and it makes a difference because it's not shade on any of these malls, but it is expensive for these smaller businesses to right out of the gate afford that rent. I mean, just blunt honesty. This is brilliant, and I think it benefits the mall at the same time.
I think it does too. The mall loves giving back anyway, and it's just a wonderful opportunity for a lot of these retailers when you get a chance to meet them, because a lot of them are in the store some of the times too, and so you get a chance to meet them and you get exposed to different products, so it's a win-win.
It's a homegrown success story. Okay, what do we have here?
Okay, so this is a brand called Mars Jameson.
Okay.
And Mo is the designer. She's actually sewing these handbags inside her space, inside Community Commons. She's got it going on like that.
She's making them right there.
So these are custom-made bags. These are a few of the things that she offers. She's got a signature fabric that she loves to work with because it's water repellent and it's durable. But she also works with other fabrics. And if you see a bag shape, let's say you want this triangle shape, but you don't see the color, she's got an array of colors right there, and she can make it for you right on the spot. Isn't that great? And her prices are anywhere between $35 and $75 for this fabric. And these colors are so awesome. They're the colors of the season. Be a great accessory, great gift too.
And for handcrafted items, that price point, that's real good, Sarah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I'm impressed with that too. This next brand, Jason, is Honor Roll Athletics. What's cool about this program is it's actually a mentorship program for youth. I think between the age of like 13 and 18, they teach them how to run and manage a business. Is that not cool? What a great concept, right?
I didn't have that. We didn't have that in school. There were no sorts of those programs.
No. And so you can just see some of the great accessories you can pick up there. They've got this, what they call a travel bag, the fanny pack. They've got t-shirts, clothing sizes from youth extra small right on up to adult sizes, but you are supporting a business that supports youth.
I love that.
So
love it for so many reasons.
Super cool. All right, now jewelry. Our girl Susanna Mendez, she makes amazing jewelry. And she specializes in this evil eye. You'll see necklaces, bracelets, earrings, rings. She's got it all. I've bought a couple pair of earrings from her already. I just love her style.
I love that ring, Sarah.
Isn't that pretty?
I love. Eric, can we get a shot of that ring? Thank you.
Isn't that cool?
At that.
And this bracelet too. And she uses stainless steel a lot. And so a lot of people really like how durable it is, and it tends to work for a lot of, different sensitivities if you have that going on. So think about Mother's Day. You'll love meeting her too.
And again, what a great opportunity. She's a perfect example. Maybe right out of the gate, she wouldn't be able to have a space at a Mall of America. This program, I love it. I love it.
She's so excited to be there too. And when you see, she's right at like a center island of her jewelry. And when you see the assortment, there's definitely going to be something you fall in love with there. I can just promise you, she's got such a great assortment.
Oh, I smell coffee.
Yes, we have Safari Pride coffee. It's gourmet coffee at its finest. It's the best of the best. What I love about this, it is responsibly sourced.
Okay.
The owner is committed to paying the farmers above market rates. So they are really into it. It's single.
That does not always happen.
No. And it's single origin. So you're going to have an opportunity to experience coffee directly from Kenya, directly from Uganda, Cameroon. And they really have, like the name suggests, a lot of pride in making sure it's the best of the best. I love the packaging. You can get a gift set. You can buy the pre-grounded beans here or the whole beans and grind them yourself. So it really, the tumblers, they've got it all going on there for you.
And you know what? I know this sounds woo-woo, but you'll feel good knowing, you're enjoying it at the end of the process. You're going to feel good knowing that you're helping the people at the beginning of the process.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's fantastic.
That's right. That's Safari Pride Coffee. And then last but not least is Arwa. And Arwa is a clothing company for mostly women, but women that like to dress modest. And they specialize in what's called the abai. And this is a full-length outer garment here, and so it's for women of different cultures that need to be covered from head to toe.
Oh!
And she offers just great prices, really competitively priced.
I just saw a price tag. Do you mind if I say $70?
Yes. Yes, and so her store is always busy. She sells the head wraps as well, so you can do the matching. She's got it for day and also for special occasions. I wish I could have brought in more to show you some of the embellishments. She's really doing a great job.
That's art. That's beautiful.
And just a delightful spirit, too. The owner, I had a chance to chat with her and some of her customers for a while. Fun place to shop.
Okay, so
And so this is Arwa, and they're inside Community Commons, as all of these retail stores are.
And where's Community Commons at?
It is on the second floor, almost like across from Levi's store right by Macy's.
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
West.
I know. If you ever see me in the mall and you need to know where someplace is, I'm a walking guide. I can tell you where which is pathetic, but that's all right. I can tell you where every single store in that mall is. Anyway, thank you for bringing this. I love this.
My pleasure.
Because I know our viewers are so devoted, they will support all of these people.
Oh, thank you for that.
Right, people? That's right.
Thank you.
Find Community Commons, like Sarah said, level 2 across from Levi's at the Mall of America. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. This is great. I can't believe she makes those. I wanted to kind of stop down and just talk about a little incident that happened with me over the weekend. If you follow me on social media, you kind of have an outline of it. And we're a goofy show, but I always say this before we talk about a topic like this. Sometimes we take an exit ramp and talk about things that are just meaningful that I think will resonate with you, and that's one of these times. For about 12 years now, I've been very open about the fact that I was bullied, like so many. I'm not alone. Like so many as a kid in Indiana. I was beaten up and spat on. I mean, my first day of high school, I had books dropped on me. In junior year, my friend Jim and I were made the dodge and dodgeball by our PE teacher, where they made us take off our shirts and the football players threw the balls at us. So I've been very open about bullying. And I had an episode this weekend that kind of put me back on my heels, because it wasn't, and I want to be clear, this isn't the biggest thing happening in the world, and it certainly isn't the worst thing that could happen to me, but it really set me back on my heels and reminded me that you can have a show, you can have a radio show and your big face be on billboards and you can win an Emmy, but you can still be triggered back to your teenage years. You can still be reminded that high school never ends and the child inside you never really leaves, and that pain is valid and should be taken care of. And I hope that this resonates with you if you're like me. I was at my own establishment over the weekend, and I went up to this booth, and there was a group of guys, and the guy in the middle kind of had a little attitude from the beginning, but he was sitting with a friend of mine. And I was talking to him very kindly, and things were fine. And I walked away, and I came back, and I'm standing at the front of the booth, and he looked at me, and he goes, "Move, move." And I went, "What?" I went, "What do you?" And I saw that the server was trying to deliver drinks, and I went, "Wow, I'm really sorry, I didn't see that." And I made some gesture that I think, I made some gesture that he interpreted as feminine or whatever, because I responded kind of like that or whatever. And he started singing a song. He like made up this kind of ridiculing song that I won't sing because it has a term in it that I don't choose to use in my life. And he sang the song to my face, and he started laughing, and his friends started laughing. And I'm standing there at 47 freaking years old. I'm standing there at 47 years old being ridiculed in my own place. And I hate the word trigger. I think it's overused. But I was immediately triggered, and it was almost like you see those Marvel shows where characters are sucked back into time. I felt like I was grabbed by my shoulders and sucked right back into a moment in high school or junior high where I was pushed up against the architecture of my junior high. And the bully at the time was calling me a faggot and pelting me in my chest. And I felt like I had been taken from that moment and brought back to that Jason. And I felt as powerless then, Saturday, as I did, or Sunday, as I did, or that was Saturday, as I did that day in junior high in 1986. But then I snapped back and I was like, I will not allow myself to be treated like this. I don't care if you're a customer, I don't care by whom. And I walked away. I remained professional, but I walked away. I left the building. I left with my husband. And it bothered me the whole night. And I want you to know that if you find yourself in a position like that your feelings are valid, and do whatever you can in that moment to muster the confidence that you didn't have as a kid and stand tall inside yourself and remember that you matter. You are relevant, and you teach people how to treat you. And I should not have been treated that way back then, and I certainly should not have been treated that way today. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Therapy with Jason continues. Should I charge myself for my own therapy? I don't know. Well, welcome back. It's one of the most popular types of movies in Hollywood, making us laugh, cry, swoon. Now a new list names the 50 best rom-coms in movie history. So we're going to focus on the top 10 because you know we love to dissect and rip apart a list, unless we make it. Anyway, a movie I actually just saw, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, is number 10 on this list. Next, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore in The Wedding Singer at 9. I don't mind that one. 8, My Best Friend's Wedding. Okay, that should have been higher, but we'll get to all that in a second. 7, Sleepless in Seattle, should have been higher. Number 6, another Julia Roberts movie, Notting Hill. Here's what I really disagree with. I really liked Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Absolutely not number 10.
Concur.
Do you? Okay, and you like it too.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just not top 10 to me. No.
Top 25.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
even top 30.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it up there.
Yeah. The top 5 has a few surprises, starting with number 5.
I love you. You complete me. And I've just had...
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello.
No, Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger, and Jerry Maguire. Sorry, not a rom-com, and even if it was, too high. It doesn't age well, by the way. Just FYI, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched it in probably 10 years.
Yeah, nor should you.
Okay.
But it doesn't, absolutely doesn't deserve number 5. Number 4 is also a big surprise. Look at this.
You're young and beautiful and well, what?
You think I'm beautiful?
A very young Paul Rudd, by the way, looks exactly the same. Alicia Silverstone looks the same too in Clueless. Again, see what I said about Jerry Maguire? Not a rom-com, right, Kendall?
I would never have classified it that way.
Never. No, it's just a comedy.
It's just funny, like coming of age funny.
Yeah. He's a disco wear. Anyway, moving to the top 3. Number 3 is actually one of my favorites. Look.
I think you discover a lot of things if you really knew me.
If I really knew you, I know what I would find. Instead of a brain, a cash register. Instead of a heart, a bottom line.
I watched this movie every single fall of my life. What? Tom Hanks, rom-com queen, Meg Ryan, and You've Got Mail. It's a remake of a classic movie. Believe it's Spencer Tracy, Shop Around the Corner. But anyway, love this movie. Love this movie. It can stay right where it is.
I would switch it with Sleepless in Seattle.
That's totally fair, and we will not argue about that.
Okay.
I respect you and your opinion.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Number 2 is the third movie in the top 10 for Julia Roberts. Look.
The price I'm paying for this stock, Mr. Morse, you are going to be a very rich man.
I'm rich enough. I just want to head my shipyard.
Slippery little suckers.
It happens all the time.
One of the best scenes. Another one of my favorites, Pretty Woman. Let me stand by. I have something to say about Pretty Woman. Now the number 1, probably not a surprise. Look.
Story of my life?
We've got 18 hours to kill before we hit New York.
The story of my life isn't even going to get us out of Chicago. I mean, nothing's happened to me yet. That's why I'm going to New York.
So something happened to you?
Yes.
Like what?
Like I'm going to journalism school to become a reporter.
So you can write about things that happen to other people.
Okay, it's Meg Ryan's third movie in the top 10, When Harry Met Sally. Okay, hashtag unpopular opinion, I'm just going to say it. Sleepless in Seattle is better than When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally, watched with modern eyes, is a little prodding. It's a little slow. To me, more about friendship, not so much about love. And here's what I'm going to say. Would flip the 2. Pretty Woman's number 1 to me.
I think that's a good argument. I don't know what I would put in place of that. So, I guess.
I would just flip. I don't, and look, When Harry Met Sally is fine, but it needs to be number 2. Pretty Woman, without a doubt, is number 1.
Sweet Home Alabama should have been in the top 10, and so should 10 Things I Hate About You. Stop, and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. They were all great movies. I feel like nobody likes them.
Gosh, you had us right until that last sentence of yours.
That's a great movie.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
It's one of my favorites. Are you kidding me? The soundtrack alone. What?
No, I'm
Stop.
sorry. Again, I love, respect, and honor you, but you couldn't be more wrong. You can see the entire top 50 at ringer.com. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the show. Friends and neighbors, it's time for the world's shortest segment. Hi, here's Johnny. A creepy piece of Hollywood history is for sale. The axe that Jack Nicholson used in that famous scene from The Shining is now for sale. It comes with a shadow box and pictures from the set. Early estimates say it could go for at least $100,000. We'll be right back with a surprise goodbye you don't want to miss. Next. Are you ready? Are you?
I don't know what for.
I don't know
yeah,
either.
I'm ready.
It's time for the surprise goodbye. Okay, you know we don't know what's in this until right now, and Jeff is already laughing. Today, an unexpected video goes viral on TikTok. It involves one woman's reaction to injuring herself, and it was caught on tape. Let's watch together. People are now, hold on, I gotta see this again. People are now using the sound that she made to remix some popular songs. Look at this.
Everybody shaking and staying alive, staying alive. I'm staying alive, staying alive.
No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Keep on falling in love.
You have failed this city.
Ooh, listen, baby, ain't no mountain, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, babe.
Best surprise goodbye in months. It's racked up millions and millions of views. The woman, by the way, is She's fine.
You're crying.
God. This is so good.
He's crying.
Tomorrow, by the way, I'm chatting live with my new friend Amber from TMZ Hip Hop. Love her. Love Amber. Plus a game testing my memory of past guests.
Oh no.
Oh God. I don't even know half the employees here at Fox 9.
He forgets my
Who's on
name.
today? They just asked me, Sarah Rogers was on today.
He didn't think about it.
I don't know his name. No, I'm just joking. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Seriously, nobody. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.